Is Cade Cunningham going to lead the Pistons to their first playoff win since 2008? At 23 years old and only his fourth season in the league, Cade Cunningham has already led the Pistons to their first playoff appearance in the last 6 years. And to me, I think even as a 5 seed, the Detroit Pistons are the most probable upset to happen in the playoffs this year. And everyone knows that the Knicks have struggled against top teams this season while shining against the rest of the field. However, the Pistons don't fit into the category of one of the top teams in the league, but their defense is something to watch out for. Not to mention that Cade Cunningham has been having his way against the Knicks all season long. So here's why the Pistons could beat the Knicks in the first round. The Pistons have played the Knicks in 4 games this season, with the latest being within the last week. And after the Knicks added back Jalen Brunson, who missed some time, they still didn't do enough to get the win. However, in that game, New York didn't have OG or Josh Hart playing, so it's hard to take that game at face value. But the game before that in January, the team was nearly as healthy as they could be and still couldn't get it done against Detroit. So how could a top 10 scoring team in the Knicks not take down a team led by a one-time All-Star? The problem is that the Knicks struggle heavily against the best defenses in the league, and the Pistons have the 10th best defensive rating for this season. And against top 10 defensive teams this season, the Knicks are a combined 9-20, including a 1-3 record against the Pistons themselves. However, according to the sportsbooks, the Knicks are still the big favorites to win the series, which could be because the Pistons literally haven't won a single game in a playoff series since 2008 and have only made the playoffs 3 other times since then and were swept in every single one. Now, obviously, Cade Cunningham is the difference maker for this playoff series, and like I said, he has done whatever he wanted against the Knicks this season already. In the 4 games against New York, Cade is averaging 31 points, 8 assists, 5 boards on 56% shooting from the field and 52% from behind the 3-point line. And on the year, Cunningham has improved on every facet of his game, from scoring 4 more points, which is now up to 26 points a game, which is a point per game average that is the 5th highest among a Pistons season all time and the 7th in the entire league this year. And then he improved his passing, that jumped up 3 assists per game year over year to nearly averaging a double-double this season with 9 assists per game. And that was enough for the 4th most in the league on the year and the 7th most in a season in Pistons franchise history. Not to mention he's shooting a career high of 47% from the field this season, including another career high of 36% from 3, and has 1 steal a game for the entire year. So as Cunningham has scored 30% of the team's points this season, that will undoubtedly be the only way to prevent this upset from happening. So New York has to find a way to let literally any other player on the court beat them. Now, the exact answer to stopping Cunningham is something that Tibbs will have to figure out in a few days leading up to the series. And while OG or Mikal Bridges are great defenders, as we've seen this season, they can't stop Cunningham on their own. However, I do know that the Pistons do a great job of setting hard screens for Cunningham and giving him a chance to create. Not to mention they are a top 10 offensive rebounding team this season that gets those second chance points back to Cunningham. And on the other hand, the Knicks have to find a way to get points on the board against a top 10 defense in the league. So I would love to put my faith in the Knicks to get this first round win, but these are the reasons that I could possibly pick the Pistons to make the upset. But you all let me know what you think about this first round matchup, and if you think the Pistons actually have the pieces to win a series against New York this year. And thank you guys for watching, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this for all the other playoff series.